Marco Fu breaks off in the second frame of the morning. The first was a largely forgettable affair, very scrappy. Mark Selby needed 3 chances to get over the line, but he did so, and that's all that matters. He leads 9-8 and needs 8 more for a place in a third world final. And that's an excellent opening red. Perhaps winning that first frame will have settled his nerves.
Three. Four.
Selby's highest break in this match so far, a very modest 69.
$11. 12. 19. 20. 27. 28. 34. 35.
Well, that wasn't a good shot on the red to leave the angle on the black. He wanted a better angle than this to go into them. He did very well there to get that kind of action on the cue ball from such a straight shot.
42.
And I think he's managed to develop a couple of reds. Not easy. Now that's a good recovery shot. Left himself nicely on the pink. And this is looking a lot better. He had a 40-minute frame the last frame. Looks like we could have a 10-minute one this one. If things keep going like this.
Well, there you see, 69, given this is the 18th frame.
49.
Very surprising. Selby, usually a very heavy scorer.
Yep. 50. 55.
So after this red, all the reds covering one another. He needs an angle, and that's too much of an angle on the blue. He needed a good angle there to open the reds.
Pot success down on where Mark Selby would normally want to be. He'd be looking for something in excess of 90%, and at his best, upwards of 95%. He's been some way off that, but this has been a good break so far.
Well, he's found a red to the middle, and it's the only red that would go. He could have done with just a little bit harder
61.
on the cue ball. But it just needs this red, and the black would do. If he can get to the black from there. And he could.
62.
And that was a great shot, that, screwing out of the reds for the black. And he's going to beat his highest break.
Already at the snooker's required stage, this frame
69.
barely 6 minutes old. What a contrast to the first one. And how important was it for
70.
Selby to get over the line in that first frame, having missed a golden chance earlier to do so. That appears to have settled him down. And this is the result. All Marco Fu did in this frame was break off.
And sometimes that's all it is, isn't it, Philip? You know, you've got to get a good break off, and even when you do, sometimes it costs you the frame.
78.
Golden chance now then for Selby to notch up his first century of this match. This has been clinical. This has been much more like the best of the world number 1.
83.
And it just might spur Marco Fu on this as well. Now that he's seen Selby as clinical as this. The crowd want to see a century. Mark.
89.
And it looks like they're going to get their wish.
$97. Thanks. 98.
It's the turn up.
105.
I love it. And so do we.
107.
He couldn't have taken these much better. Superb opening red from distance.
110. 114.
And this Selby salvo invites a response from Fu. He's going to fall 2 frames behind.
119.
Well, pot it from there. He's short of pace. Oh, wait for this.
A brilliant break of 125 from Mark Selby. Joe Johnson said it would be 10 minutes long, and he was only 18 seconds out. Selby, 2 frames in front again, leading by 10 frames to 8. Fu needs a response.